So which one of these two goals best supports the learning that's identified in this standard? I think we can agree that the learning goal does the best job of supporting the learning in this standard. And even though the learning goal does not address the entire standard, the learning that this goal would support would be the first in a series of lessons that work together to build students' understanding of this standard when it comes to exponential functions. Both of the goals align to the standard, but the learning goal was written with the standard in mind. So we would say that it's a standards-based goal. And on that note, let's talk about standards. So our standards goals. Well, if we go back to FLE 1.1, it would be impossible for us to teach this standard in a single lesson. And it would also be impossible for our students to learn everything in this standard in a single lesson. Most of the time, our standards are far too broad to be the learning goal for a lesson. So learning goals would need to address the learning of our standards, but in increments with a sequence of lessons that build that understanding over time. And with some of our high school math standards, the full learning identified in the standard is achieved over a sequence of courses. So some standards are far too broad to be learning goals. So when we're developing goals, we need to be clear about how the learning goals relate to the standard and how they build our students' understanding toward the rigor that's identified in the standard.